That bloated, swollen feeling after lunch? Your gut is actually trying to warn you about something. Roughly 70% of American adults deal with bloating on a regular basis. Most people shrug it off, never realizing their body is sending them a critical signal. And today, we are zooming in to uncover the real science hiding behind your food baby. Every time you eat, food begins a long and complex journey through your digestive system. It travels from your mouth, down through your stomach, and into the small intestine. But the real action happens deeper down, in your colon, where trillions of bacteria live. These tiny organisms break down leftover fiber and starch through a process called fermentation. That fermentation produces gases like hydrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide inside your gut. A little gas is completely normal, but when the balance tips, that is when bloating takes over. So if some gas is perfectly normal, what makes it spiral out of control? It turns out there are 3 hidden culprits that can throw your entire gut off balance. The first culprit is called dysbiosis, an imbalance between your good and bad gut bacteria. Your colon contains both helpful and harmful bacteria, and they are constantly competing for space. When harmful bacteria outnumber the good ones, they ferment food aggressively and produce excess gas. Research suggests that dysbiosis can also damage the protective mucus layer lining your gut wall. Now, the second culprit might actually be sitting on your plate right now. Certain foods called high FODMAP foods ferment very rapidly once they reach your colon. These include common foods like apples, broccoli, beans, and even some dairy products. Many people consider these foods healthy, never realizing they can trigger intense bloating. And the third culprit? It is something most of us do every single day without thinking. Eating too fast causes you to swallow large amounts of air with every single bite. That trapped air combines with fermentation gas, building pressure until you feel that food baby swell. But here is where it gets really fascinating and a little bit alarming. When bloating becomes a daily pattern, it may be pointing to something much deeper going on. Research indicates that chronic bloating is often linked to low-grade inflammation in the gut lining. Think of it like a slow burn, not painful enough to notice, but quietly damaging your gut over time. Published studies suggest this kind of inflammation may actually weaken the gut barrier itself. When that barrier weakens, tiny particles can slip through into the bloodstream, a concept called leaky gut. Here is something even more surprising. Your gut and your brain are in constant communication. They connect through the vagus nerve, a direct highway running between your belly and your brain. When your gut is inflamed, it sends stress signals up to your brain through that very connection. That may explain why people with chronic bloating often report brain fog, fatigue, and mood changes. Chronic gut inflammation has also been linked to impaired absorption of iron, B12, and magnesium. According to published research, chronic bloating overlaps with IBS in up to 40% of cases. So that food baby is not just uncomfortable. It could be your body quietly waving a red flag. Now that we know what is going wrong, let us look at 5 ways to support your gut. The first method is surprisingly simple: adding naturally fermented foods to your meals. Foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and kefir are packed with diverse strains of beneficial bacteria. Research suggests these foods may help restore the balance between good and bad bacteria in your gut. A more diverse microbiome means less room for the troublemakers that cause excess gas and bloating. Number 2. Consider gradually increasing your intake of soluble fiber from whole food sources. Foods like oats, chia seeds, and flaxseed act as fuel for your good gut bacteria. These fibers are called prebiotics, and they help your beneficial bacteria grow stronger and multiply. But here is the key. Add too much fiber too quickly, and your bloating can actually get worse. The trick is to increase it slowly, giving your gut bacteria time to adjust to the new fuel source. Number 3 is a habit most of us overlook: mindful eating and chewing your food thoroughly. When you chew each bite 20 to 30 times, enzymes in your saliva start breaking food down early. That means less undigested food reaches your colon, so your bacteria produce far less gas. Slowing down also reduces the amount of air you swallow, cutting down on trapped gas significantly. You ever wondered what happens inside your gut between meals? That brings us to number 4. Your digestive system has a built-in cleaning cycle called the migrating motor complex. Think of it as a tiny sweeper that clears out leftover food and bacteria between your meals. But this cleaning cycle only activates when you stop eating for about 90 minutes or more. Spacing out your meals gives this system time to sweep your gut clean and reduce trapped gas. And finally, number 5. Managing stress may be one of the most powerful tools for your gut. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol, which slows down your entire digestive process. A slower gut means food sits longer, giving bacteria more time to ferment and produce excess gas. Simple, deep breathing before meals can activate your rest and digest mode through the vagus nerve. Research suggests this helps your body digest food more efficiently, reducing gas and bloating naturally. So let us put all of this together into a simple plan you can start with today. Step 1 is the easiest. At your next meal, slow down and chew each bite more carefully. It costs nothing, takes no extra time, and your gut will notice the difference right away. Step 2. Consider adding 1 serving of a naturally fermented food to your daily routine. Step 3. Space out your meals to give your gut at least 90 minutes for its cleaning cycle. Step 4. Increase your soluble fiber by about 5 grams per week so your gut can adapt slowly. Step 5. Try 5 minutes of deep breathing before your biggest meal to calm your nervous system. Start with steps 1 and 2 first, then build from there. Small changes create the biggest results. You do not need to change everything at once. Even one small shift can make a real difference. And if your bloating comes with severe pain, weight loss, or persists for weeks, please see your doctor. A healthcare provider can help rule out underlying conditions and guide you toward the right next steps. So the next time you feel that familiar food baby, remember, your gut is talking to you. Bloating is not something you just have to live with. It is a message worth listening to. A healthier gut starts with understanding how it works, and now you have that knowledge. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Drop a comment with the gut health topic you want us to explore next. See you soon.